In February of this year, I sold my stake in a multi-seven-figure PA profit consulting business. I'll throw a little soundbite up there the day it happened. As of roughly 16 hours ago, I just agreed to sell my stake in my seven-figure consulting firm. And now I've just told you that, it feels really weird to say it. I've got totally mixed emotions right now of both excitement as the opening of new doors and chapters, and also sadness, kind of this melancholy feeling of doors have shut too. And it was awesome. And I've been pretty quiet for the last 6 months. You know, I obviously took a step back for a little bit. And then as any true entrepreneur, I got back into the arena, and I've been working on something that I think is going to have a cataclysmic shift for the normal, ordinary, everyday working person who's been in corporate. Because historically, business opportunities, like let's just take dropshipping for example, you've got to learn a whole new thing, how to find products, how to build stores, how to market and sell. And that doesn't fit to a lot of people's current skill set. And what I've been building right now is a new consulting firm, a new type of consulting firm. And this is the same type of consulting firm that other people can go up and create for themselves in their specific industry. And I call this vibe consulting because we're using media and AI to give us exponential leverage. So let me dive into a bit about why I saw this as a path forward and like what's been happening behind the scenes for the last 6 months, which has been nothing short of absolutely insane. Okay. So when AI came about, it was all just, you know, it was all right. And then it was like, how can we actually utilize this on like a day-to-day fashion? And realistically, early doors, there wasn't a lot of utility. People used it for copywriting. When in more recent time, and it's just accelerating, it's actually become extremely useful for companies to implement. And this is one of the things that I implemented in my last firm that allowed 2 people to make $1.5 million a year in just profit between two guys, because a lot of the fulfillment and delivery was done by AI. And what I'm seeing now is, let's say you've come from manufacturing, you've been in that for 40 years, or healthcare, administration, supply chain, it makes no difference. You have a core understanding of industry inefficiencies. So you have industry expertise, you've worked there a long time, I guarantee you've got a Rolodex of employees, colleagues, peers in that industry. And up until right now, if you wanted to make additional money, you had to do something else. And what Vibe Consulting allows you to do is take your current expertise and your current knowledge and actually give your network and give them something to sell, which is like the big reason this is a huge shift, because just having something to sell somebody is much easier than learning a whole new thing. And what we're going to be selling is AI audits to these companies. And the reason, again, this is another huge shift from what the market's seen over the last couple of years, if you're in the know, which is like this whole AI automation agency shit, is that people would just sling in chatbots. They found out they could make an AI chatbot, and they were just trying to sell it to everyone. So they were trying to find a market for their product, when that is the absolute wrong way to go around it. And any serious, successful business person knows you have to find the problem, and then you fix it with the solution, and then you productize the solution if you can, right? Which is exactly what the auditing process is doing. So when people are coming in, I'm going to give an example of engineering, right? Because that's my sector. Previously, I go in, I know one of the key points that is engineering companies suck at is estimation. It's like pie in the sky. Usually the founder's very good. It's a very hard process to find new salespeople to bring in, and they can charge you a lot of money if they are very good. Well, that's because they never had a process before, but they've got all the data of all the previous estimations they've done, all the call recordings, or a lot of them. And now we can come in, take that data, and build out a full estimation process for them. Now, we don't have to do it. We could bring an implementation partner in, but we can go into their business, and throughout an audit, we can pull out 5 or 10 inefficiencies that AI can easily solve for. And then we present those findings, and then they can move forward with us to do the implementation. And then we can either do it or we hand it off to other people. Now, I am not a tech genius. I never have been. I come from engineering, marketing, and consulting. So I have partners that I use who do all of the implementation, because there is a million of them. Because everyone got into AI and thought you need to be an AI coding genius to make a boatload of money. The reality is, I think the biggest opportunity right now is in Vibe Consulting, because I think it's the opportunity that every single person on this planet can actually take advantage of, because there is 1,000,001 industries to go after, and almost none of them have been touched by AI. All right. So that's why I've been quiet. I'm really excited to start sharing. I'm just going to do much more raw, organic stuff on this channel, because I know that people just want the source. They want to go ahead and implement. And then if people do want to work with me, there'll always be, ways to get into contact to fast track any processes. But the reality is, if you've sent a calendar invite, you know how to interview people, you know how to find inefficiencies in businesses, and and then basically you can compile it into a consulting deck. That's all you need to do to run a successful AI audit. An audit you should charge anywhere from 5K plus. That's what we're seeing. Basically it works out like 10-person firms and up is what you want to be focusing on, or 10-person company, should I say. And the reality is 5K is nothing for them. You'll end up pulling out, 50K in inefficiencies. You'll be able to charge another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25K for the implementation, which is a bargain for them because they're saving 100K in the first year. And then you can also build out recurring revenue streams. I'm going to cover all this in other videos. It's an exciting time to be alive. If you're watching this and you are currently in corporate or you're a consultant and you're like, holy shit, this sounds awesome. It's great to have you here. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be dropping some absolute fire.